let's check out Baby Blacephalon for the standard format. Lapras is still there. Welcome back everyone to more from the Sableyes. I'm Mitch, and today, as I mentioned, it's Baby Blacephalon time. This is a deck that tends to come around every few weeks. It'll disappear for a bit, then everyone will start playing big tag teams and VMAXs, and it'll come back, and then everyone will beat it because it's a little bit inconsistent, and then, you know, it'll just rotate around like that. But to be frank, I think it's actually getting pretty solid. We've got good attackers in it, we've got solid consistency, and we can take big knockouts on ADPs, Pikaroms, and Eternatus's. So that's a pretty solid standing point for it. Standing point isn't a phrase. Regardless, let's take a look at the list in a second, but before you do that, go down to the description, check out the list yourself. You can play along if you'd like. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow on Twitch, follow on TikTok, or otherwise, I'll be killed. Not really though. I mean, maybe. I can't say that for sure. This took a very morbid turn. Regardless, here's Baby Blacephalon for us. An incredibly good card that's been going around for quite a while from the Unbroken Bond set, I believe. So quite a long time this has been in the format. Fireball Circus is the key. 3 fire energy deals 50 damage times the amount of fire energy cards that you discard from your hand. So that means that theoretically this card can do infinite damage. It can definitely deal the 300 or 350 damage required to take knockouts on the biggest Pokemon in the format. So incredibly good. Plus, Blazer is a pretty solid attack as well. 1 fire energy deals 10. Plus, if we flip over a prize card and that prize card is an energy, then we deal an extra 50. So we can sometimes get some quick knockouts on it. Not quite as good as it used to be when Jirachi was in the format, but still a decent option. We've also got some other attackers in this list. Words are hard for me today. Reshiram and Charizard, a very strong attacker with Double Blaze and Flare Strike, means that you've got a little bit more bulk behind you as well, so you don't need to play Welder every turn. We have Cramorant as well, which can deal 160 damage to your opponent's Pokemon with Spit Shot, and provides a bit of consistency with Big Catch, as well as a whole bunch of other consistency cards. We have Jirachi, we have Zacian for our first turn Intrepid Sword, we've got Crobat, we've got Dedenne, Oricorio-GX is obviously an important card as well, Dance of Tribute, incredibly good. So lots of good stuff going on in this list. We have 17 fire energy in the deck. We obviously want to get as many of those going as quickly as possible so that we can use our welders to power them up. We can search them out with 4 copies of Giant Hearth. We can get them back with 4 copies of Fire Crystal. We also have some energy retrieval as well, so that after we've discarded a bunch of those energy cards with our attack, we can pick them all back up and use them again. Very, very good. Also important to note, the 4 scoop up net in this deck. Very, very important. Not only can we pick up our Jirachis from the active, but we can also use Mind Report Mewtwo to put welders back on top of the deck, and then welder again to another attacker. Obviously, Blacephalon has a pretty low 120 HP, so it can get knocked out quite quickly. We need to welder regularly onto our Pokemon, and Mewtwo can give us the consistency to do that. This is a very, very good list. It's not going to work against lots of the one prize decks in the format like Mad Party. You might struggle against that. But if you do come up against things like ADP, Pikarom, Eternatus, the decks that people are playing, then you'll probably give yourself as good a chance as any to win. What we'll do is we'll jump over onto the ladder and see if we can't get a couple of games. Okay, so let's get ourselves a game here, and this is going to be an interesting matchup. Now, Orbeetle, obviously weak to fire, so that's really, really good for us, but they do play the weakness energy, weakness guard energy most of the time, so maybe this won't be as easy as I think it is. I mean, if they don't play down weakness guard energy right now, then we probably find ourselves in a really, really good spot. So we'll wait and see. It obviously does depend on our opponent. They've got the Gormandized Snorlax to set themselves up, and the switch to go into that Snorlax. Fair enough. So it looks like they've got a pretty decent start. We've got a decent start here as well with Dedenne, Giant Hearth, and Welder, so we might even be able to get a knockout. Ooh, a lot of switches in hand, though. We're going to have to discard one of those. Let's get some energy. Let's see what we get off of the Welder here. As long as we have something... Oh my goodness, this is not ideal. Let's get rid of this Giant Hearth. We'll get a Jirachi, I think, since we've got all these switch cards in our hand. We'll switch into a Jirachi and then Stellar Wish. I may as well do just Giant Hearth. We're just seeing the same item cards over and over and over. We'll attach and then scoop up the Jirachi again. We'll put the Blacephalon in the active, we'll play down the Jirachi, and then I think we just Dedenne and hope that we can find something to work with. No knockout here, but we do have a baby Blacephalon. I think I just Blazer. Try my luck if I get a Fire Energy, that would be great. Crobat, okay, no worries. Well, I'm just gonna quickly turn the fan on. I think I had it on before, but I turned it off in between getting games and stuff, and now it's really warm in here. So, what have they got? They've got a VMAX over there, and here comes the Guzmahala, so we're about to find out, do they have the Weakness Guard Energy? If they do, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, not too much more, but just a little bit more. If they don't have it, then the game becomes very, very simple, especially since we have Boss's Orders in hand. If they don't have Weakness Guard Energy, which they do, we would have been able to just get a knockout on that VMAX right then and there. Fair enough. Not going to happen now, though. Gonna need to take a knockout on this Snorlax. At least we know we can take a Crobat off of the prizes, and they're gonna Gormandize. Alright, so now it's an interesting one, because we can do one of two things. We can Giant Hearth for more energy, boss, and then half hit the VMAX, which could be an idea. Or we could weld it to a fresh Blacephalon. Both seem fine. What we'll do is we'll get some more energy, though. More energy is always good. We could just attack with Fireball Circus here and get the knockout on the Snorlax. Or we could gust up this Orbeetle. It's going to be able to knock us out in one shot if it gets a Grass. I think we just weld it to the fresh Blacephalon and hope that we can get a knockout this way. Dang. Okay. Let's see. What are we going to do? We can grab Cramorant of this Great Ball. I think we're just going to have to pass. We've got no real route to a victory here at the moment. We could, like, switch into Cramorant, but I don't know if it's worth it. Let's just, I don't know, Blazer again. 60 damage this time. We managed to hit the energy, so that's good. But yeah, no, not an inspiring start for Blacephalon. And while we've got a moment to ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to very, very briefly plug Twitch. If you aren't following across on twitch.tv/thesableeyes, then I would recommend jumping across there. Over the last 3 or 4 days, I've been streaming quite a bit. I'm planning on doing that quite regularly, including, as I'm recording this, a stream tonight at 8 PM. How much? What can we do here? That's okay, we're going to be fine. Including tonight at 8 PM. So we do want to see you there. If you're a person that only does YouTube stuff, no worries. It's a-okay. It's fine. No stress at all. But if you're a Twitchy person, then jump across, check it out. They're normally about 2.5, maybe 3 hours long. Also, if you're interested in seeing the VODs on YouTube, let me know. I don't know whether I'd set up a fresh channel or not. But yeah, it's a possibility. Otherwise, you can just go and watch them all on Twitch. Let's promote this Blacephalon. I think we're pretty close to actually being able to get a knockout here. We have a couple of extra baby Blacephalons, which is very good. We can discard the Jirachi to get some more energy. Actually, I don't think we can knock out this active, now that I'm thinking about it. Because look at all this. We've got 6 energy in hand, which would be 300. We have to attach one, so 250. We're going to have to just gust up this Orbeetle on the bench and deal with it this way, I think. So what we'll do is we'll Fireball Circus, we'll get rid of, 2 energy, and then take the prizes from there. We can grab the Crobat, I think is probably worth taking, and we can also get, Oricorio. That's actually a genuinely good card to get off of those prizes, because next turn when they knock out this Blacephalon, we are left without an attacker, so not ideal. Hopefully with Oricorio and Crobat and Jirachi we'll be able to find a welder. Hopefully. Okay, well I shouldn't have said that. We're getting moneyed. That's disappointing. Oh, you hear that? That's someone following on Twitch from the alerts that I haven't turned off whilst I'm recording. Whoops. I'll do that once this game's finished. I probably won't, to be honest. I'll just leave them on, and every time that sound comes up when I'm recording, that is an opportunity for me to, remind you about the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/thesableeyes. Here comes the Eerie Beam. They're going to take a knockout on this Blacephalon. We need to do a couple of things here. I actually didn't look at our hand. We've got a Welder in hand, and a Giant Hearth, and a Scoop Up Net. So this is perfect. All we need to do is find 7 extra energy on top of that. And if we can manage that, we can get a knockout on this Orbeetle and effectively win the game right now. Let's promote the Jirachi. Still the right choice. Getting that Quick Ball is incredible. It will give us access to a couple of extra cards down the line. But first, we are going to discard with Giant Hearth and then Welder to Blacephalon, because we need those energies on the Pokemon right now. That's pretty good as well. Getting the Reshiram, we can discard that or a Scoop Up Net here. Let's Stellar Wish, actually. Fire Crystal, incredible. Okay, we want that Oricorio too. What can we do here? Let's scoop up this Jirachi. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use as many cards in my hand as possible to try and get as close to 0 cards as I can with Crobat in hand. I think I Quick Ball. Oh, I could bench the. I'll bench the Reshiram and then Quick Ball the Scoop Up Net to grab the Oricorio, and then I can play that down and I can Crobat. So I'm going to be drawing 5 cards with Crobat, and then 3 more with Oricorio, and all we need is just some extra energy. Now, off of this Oricorio, I need, like, a Fire Crystal, maybe. Or just 3 more energy? Okay, that sounds fine. We have 9 energy in hand now, I think. Or is that 10? No, that's anyway, that's a heap. Let's Fireball Circus. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 energy to knock out this Orbeetle. We'll take that knockout. That sounds pretty good to me. And we get ourselves a couple of prizes. Let's grab the Fire Energy. That seems like it's useful. A Welder is incredibly good. And a Zacian. Completely useless. But that's okay. Next turn, we can Welder to the Reshiram if they don't knock us out. And, hey, there we go. We managed to win. Let's play another one. Maybe no weakness this time. Here we go. This is what can only be described as a terrible start. If you're watching this, something amazing is about to happen. Because I normally won't keep this kind of video in. But yeah, if you're watching, then I either top deck a Welder, or I top deck a Dedenne, or literally anything happens. At this stage, with 3 Scoop Up Nets and 3 Fire Energies, I'm considering just conceding and starting another one. Because this is no good. Dedenne, Air Balloon, Metal Energy, and a Switch. Okay, so they get a GX next turn. Oh, they're going to Crobat now as well. Fair enough. What's going on here? Zacian. We'll see. Intrepid Sword. Alright. Here we go. Give me something off of the top deck to make this a video. Nah, okay, well, let's just play it out and see what happens. Crushing Hammer. I'm going to use Crushing Hammer to end this super consistent start that I've got. Marnie. Is the game afoot, ladies and gentlemen? Should I have maintained my energy? No. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys. It doesn't matter. It's not important. I mean, we've got a Jirachi and a Giant Hearth, so anything can happen. Anything can happen. We can switch and then Giant Hearth and Welder if we need to. We can do a bunch of stuff. So it's not impossible, but they're going to GX attack here. And they've got a Zacian set up. Quick Ball. Okay, let's play down the Zacian, let's play down the Jirachi, let's play the Switch. And Stellar Wish. Grab ourselves the Great Ball. Probably should have not benched the Zacian, to be honest. Just quick balled it away. That's okay. Let's grab Crobat, because the game is over if I don't draw into something right now. Crobat for 6. Attached to Reshiram, maybe. Oh, actually, what we could do is we can discard this energy and get 2 more, and then energy retrieval will be a bit more live. Let's Great Ball as well. Jirachi, okay, that's not terrible. We can scoop up into Jirachi here, which is decent. Like, not horrible at all. Let's Stellar Wish. Welder! Ooh. Oh, so the game continues. We actually do get to play Pokemon cards. Let's Welder here. Look at this. Look at this. Switch and an energy. Can we put the pressure on here? Can we hit into this ADP? Or do I just wait and boss's orders up the Zacian? Or I just Intrepid Sword? It's just Intrepid Sword. That seems safer. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to do anything wild. And if I get another Welder, I can knock out the ADP, which will be very impressive. You can have this Jirachi. I don't care about it. As long as I don't play down a Dedenne, I should be fine, right? Uh-oh. Boss onto the Reshiram is bad. Back to not having a... Oh, it's a Crobat. Back to having a video. I was like, well, we don't have a video, but we do have a video. Okay, so... he's going to power up the Zacian, and he's probably going to put the other energy just to spread it around and make it easier for them to retreat. Or to attack with Eldegoss, fair enough. I've got Jirachi and Reshiram here. I feel like the Jirachi is the right promotion, because I can switch out of it with our switch. We also look for a Welder here. If we get a Welder, we can knock out the ADP, although to be fair, it may be better to just attach an energy to Reshiram and gust up the Zacian. Let's quick ball away an energy. Let's grab ourselves a Blacephalon. Actually, could guarantee the Welder there if we wanted it, but I think it's better to just see what happens. Let's grab this scoop up net, and that's fine. I think that the right thing to do is going to eventually be to just attach to the Zard. Let me just put this energy on here. We scoop up the Jirachi, promote the Reshi, and then play the Jirachi back down, and then gust the Zacian. We knock this out with Flare Strike, which means next turn we can attach once to attack their ADP and knock it out. The bad thing about this is, though, that we are in a bit of strife if they hit into this Reshiram. Because if they hit the Reshiram, they're going to find it really easy to knock out later on. And if they do it with the ADP and power up another Zacian, then the game is effectively over. So, we've given ourselves a chance, and considering the start, you know, I might actually just keep it in, just because we're showing off how good Reshiram can be. But, you know, considering the start of the game, I'm not expecting to win. I would not be surprised if we just get done in at the very end here. If they play down a Zacian, and they've already got a lot of energy in the discard pile, though, they may not be able to do it. Comes the Crushing Hammer. It's going to get rid of one of the energies. That's no good. Then a Cherish Ball. So no Zacian yet. No Zacian yet. Like I said, if they get the Zacian, the game is over. What are we looking at? What are we doing here? Pepones 12? If that is your real name. Which I doubt it is. It's probably just your Pokemon trading card game online account name. Float up. Please promote the ADP here. Please promote the ADP. Give me the ADP. Put the ADP in the... Okay, so they're not going to do that. We could go into Jirachi here and go looking for... Actually, we can't get Gust and the GX attack at the same time, so it's not worth trying for. Let's just weld it onto the Blacephalon. That way, it makes it a little bit easier for us down the line. We've actually got a really good hand here to take a knockout on this Crobat, which is incredible. Let's Stellar Wish, grab ourselves... The Quick Ball is better, because we can grab ourselves some more stuff. Let's grab... I think the Mewtwo seems pretty good. Oricorio could be good as well. Mewtwo I like, though. Mewtwo gives me a Welder straight away. Boss, actually. Boss is better. Boss is better, because we can take a knockout on the Dedenne. Gives us that straight away. Then we can switch into Blacephalon. Probably could have used the Scoop Up Net there. Grab ourselves 3 or 2 energy off the Fire Crystal. I didn't count those. Yikes, that was close. And then we can Fireball Circus, take the knockout with our 4 energy. And now, next turn, we have Gust on a Dedenne to win the game. We have 2 eligible attackers. But they are going to deal... Actually, 180 plus 80 is 260, right? I don't know if this ADP can knock out the Reshiram. I think they were hoping that there was a Dedenne or an Oricorio or something like that in the hand then. I feel like we might actually go on to win this game. The only thing that will stop us from winning the game is him gusting the Zacian and hitting into it, because that will mean that we'll have to weld it to it to get it out of the active. I think we just won. How did we win this game? I should really go back and re-record this, considering how poor my attitude was at the start. That's alright. Let's grab Fire... Actually, I don't need to grab Fire Crystal here. What am I doing this for? I can weld her to the active. I guess that's true. I should have just gusted. Let's double blaze. Take the knockout. Seems fine. That's why we put the boss on top of the deck, Mitch. Why did you not just do that? You should have just done that. Lapras is upset at you. Look at him, staring into your soul. We're back again. We've got ourselves a mulligan, which is good. We're going second, and that Jirachi is a really hot card to get off of the top deck there. We probably don't put it... Well, we can put it down. That's fine. We're playing another ADP. Alright, well, let's see if this one goes a little bit smoother than the first one. Obviously, the first one, we did get a little bit lucky and managed to get out of that completely dead hand. This hand here is way better. Way better. The Oricorio is great. The Quick Ball is great. We've got Fire Energy galore. The only thing that can make this thing better is top decking a Welder, but we can switch into Jirachi to go finding one anyway. So it is a pretty good start. Are we going to have the positive start as well of an ADP with no energy attachments? No. They're going to use Viridian Forest to get one. They're just greedy like that, I suppose. Grabbing the water energy, they'll just attach that to the ADP and Intrepid Sword, I'd imagine. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we can do. We've got the Giant Hearth. First of all, let's get rid of one of these energies to grab an energy. Because that way, we can get rid of the Viridian Forest, replace it with the Giant Hearth, and then what we can do is we can get rid of an energy for an energy. But first, let's put Jirachi in the active. We want to make sure that we can do that. Let's Quick Ball away one of these energies. Very frustrating things to work with. Then we can grab Dedenne. Actually, I was thinking maybe Crobat could be better. Dedenne's fine. Let's play down Oricorio. I should probably attach this energy first. Attach the energy. And then Dedenne will be fine. We'll grab ourselves a fresh set of cards. We've got a Welder here, guys. We can Welder onto this Blacephalon, which I like. Get ourselves a powered attacker nice and early. We've got a couple of Blacephalons. Got a Great Ball. We've got a Stellar Wish to use as well. Let's first discard this Fire Energy to grab 2 Fire Energies. Because now when we grab ourselves the Fire Crystal off of this Stellar Wish... Whoops, didn't get it. That's okay. We could have theoretically done... Oh, we would have been 50 short because it's 280. There's the Fire Crystal, by the way. I think we're going to have to just leave it at this. They're going to GX next turn. So there's nothing really that we need to do. We can play down an extra Blacephalon though. If they want to use their Mawile to play down an extra Blacephalon from our hand, then they are welcome to. I don't mind that at all. They're playing down another ADP. That's an interesting decision. Didn't have to do that. There's a Rainbow Energy as well. So we're looking at the slightly less consistent version of ADP that people sometimes play with Capes of Toughness and things like that. Fair enough. Altered Creation goes off. Let's see here. Can we get a knockout on this ADP this turn? We're going to Great Ball. Well, actually, no, we should probably Giant Hearth first, because it gives us the best chance of finding a Pokemon. So we want to thin out our deck as much as possible. Let's grab the Crobat, so that when we Stellar Wish here, we find ourselves a Fire Crystal. Yikes. No, I said Fire Crystal. Not that. What we can do, though, is we can boss up a Zacian if we need to. So that's fine. We can scoop this Jirachi up. Play the Blacephalon in the active. We can Quick Ball. I think we probably get rid of that Jirachi now. It's used up a little bit. We don't want to put any extra Pokemon into our hand because we want to get some value out of Crobat. What we could do is we could attach to a bench Blacephalon, Gust, and then Crobat, and just accept the ADP attacking next turn. Or we could Crobat for 1, hope for the best. I think the boss is the way to go. This is a little bit safer. That means we get to attach to a Blacephalon as well. Now we only need a Welder. And to be honest, I'll probably just take the knockout now, because I get more value out of Crobat that way, right? Crobat next turn. The risk here is that I could get more wild, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta risk it, don't you? It's actually not a risk. It's 100% certainty if my opponent remembers what I have in my hand. Be able to very easily punish me, but his hand is pretty small, so bad luck. There's the knockout. They'll power up another attacker. It's going to be ADP we're going to. No? Just choosing to spread some energy out, so there must be energy in hand. Take 2 prizes. That's good for us, because it means that they need to attack 2 more times. And we've got a bunch of stuff to work with here. We've got 9 energy in the discard pile. Let's Crobat first. Grab 3 more cards. A Welder is incredibly good. What we can do is we can grab our energies out of the discard with energy retrieval. And that'll give us 3 more cards to work with. What I will do though is I'll Quick Ball first, get rid of Quick Ball, and go for the Mewtwo, I think, because that guarantees another Welder for us after our Oricorio here. I'll get rid of the switch, grab 2 energies out of the deck. We've now got, what, 6/5 in hand. So we're going to need to put 2 of those onto the active. So we're looking for another, 3 energies? We'll Dance of Tribute. If we get Fire Crystal, we've done it. We get Fire Crystal, we've done it. Okay, so 3 energies here. And the good thing is we can guarantee now the Welder on the top with the Mewtwo if we want it. What do we got? 1... I think we've got enough to actually attach to this Blacephalon as well, which is incredible. Let's remember, I'm gonna put the Jirachi down because I can get the Mewtwo valued later. And then we'll just take the knockout. We've got 6 energies, bang, take that. And hopefully we have enough momentum here to go on to win the game. Fire energy off of the prizes is good, as is a scoop up net or 2. So we've got access to Jirachi and stuff. I think the worst knockout our opponent could take here is the knockout on the Oricorio. That would be really bad. If they do that, that would be upsetting. They've actually attached to ADP here, which is an interesting one. Get a Metal Saucer to the Zacian, and then Research. Do they have like a... they're looking for... They have a switch in hand. Okay. I wonder what they're looking for then. If they're not looking for the guaranteed attack, then what are they looking for? Are they just looking for me to not have the ability to win the game? That's, like, potentially true, but I think I can just win the game. Let me have a think about that. But if they don't attack here, then we could just use Boss, I presume. I think it's in the discard pile. I don't actually know. I've not double-checked, and I'm not going to. I'll look later. I'm not interested in checking it. Here's the switch. Okay, so they are just going to commit to the Zacian knockout here. And what? What is that? Why did you do that? I'm so confused. I'm so confused by what is going on. It's just like, oh, I've got a knockout on this Blacephalon. It's their only attacker. I'm gonna go looking for the perfect knockout, which is the knockout with ADP. I can't attach energy because I've already attached one. I need an energy switch, which is unlikely that I play at this point, considering the deck that and now I'm just going to pass with an Intrepid Sword. Okay, well this is a very different situation to what I thought we were looking at before. How's best to go about this? Let's get rid of this Reshiram. I don't think he's relevant anymore. Grab the last 2 fire in deck. Now we need to find ourselves a Fire Crystal. Let's go into Jirachi, find a Fire Crystal, and I think we just win. Cool. That'll be it. What is going on with this ADP play? I've got no idea. Let's make it really easy for me to just win the game. 3 energy out of the discard pile. We could potentially go for it again if we wanted to, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Take the knockout, win the game. There you go. Baby Blacephalon taking names on ADP. I have no idea how those 2 ADP games happened, though, to be fair. Very strange. So Baby Blacephalon, very, very capable of taking big knockouts, especially when your opponent doesn't knock you out. That was weird. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I understand why any of that's happening, but it happened, and that's the most important bit. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, then you'll obviously like the video, because you wouldn't enjoy a video and then not like it. It takes 1 second. And what are you? You're worried that people are going to look at your liked list of videos and see a whole bunch of the Sableyes, and then they're going to click on them as well? Because they could, and that would be great. Do that. Follow on Twitch if you want to hear the sound. It will happen. And also, enjoy the rest of your day. I know you're working really hard, so just take a break, you know? You've watched this video, give yourself another couple of hours, go to bed, have dinner, do some exercise, maybe a little bit of walking. Enjoy yourself. I'll leave it at that. This has gotten very awkward at the end. I care deeply about you, and so does Lapras.